I've been experimenting with ash recently. I've got some ash straight grained, clear, no knots. I've planed it down to 1/8 inch thick, and as you can see it's quite flexible. I can bend it like that and it doesn't break. So this is by the way, this is dry ash. It's air dried to about 9% moisture content. It's not steamed, it has not been steamed, it's not been soaked or boiled in water or anything. What I've done is I've taken my 1/8 inch thick piece of ash, and these ones are about 60 inches long. I've drilled a 1/4 inch hole in each side and put a bolt and a nut there, 2 washers, and I've tightened that down so the ends will stay flush on both ends. Okay, so I've got an aluminum bar clamp clamped in my tucker vise here. Tucker vise is rotated up, and also the jaw is rotated 90 degrees to present this at a good angle for the camera. Never expected to use this tucker vise in this way, but hey, it's a great vise. It does what I need it to do. So 6 plies of 1/8 inch ash, air dried to 9% moisture content, and about 16 inches long, bolted at both ends to keep them together. So I'm just going to crank up on the clamp as far as I can and see what happens. 8 plies, sorry, not 6 plies. So to reposition the clamp, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a block in here and then back out the threads. Okay, so I cut this block here that should fit in like that. And when I back the clamps off, it'll hold the position there, so I can bring this back, bring that forward by just 1 notch. Ooh. And okay, I don't want to stand right behind or anywhere near this, actually, to be honest with you. I want to stand as far away as possible. Don't know what's going to happen when it blows. You can see the gaps opening up between the seams there as a result of that. You can see that the wood is bending at a different rate there. So looking at the gap, there's a gap down here, a gap along here. It's tight all the way through here. 1 gap on the outside, 1 gap on the inside. There's a big gap here, and then 1 contact point and a gap across there, and 1 gap up here, and then a little bit up here. So this is the big one here, and what that usually indicates is some type of different grain. It's reacting differently. Maybe a weak point here. Not that I can't see a weak point, like a knot maybe. If it had a kink there, it might be a knot, but there's no knot there. Just some abnormality. I'm not sure what's causing that. It just occurred to me that instead of cutting a new spacer block each time I need to reposition this, I could just get a spreader clamp. So that's something I'm going to do here. Push that in there and then reset my clamp. And oh, something's happening here. What's happening? So it's failing right at the bolt here. The washer, there's a crack right next to the washer where the washer's supporting it. So this one's starting to give here. That one's going to give pretty quickly. Can't last much longer, can it? Oh. Oh. This one's holding remarkably well at the bottom. There are some cracks on the inside of the outermost at the bottom here. Actually, there's signs of cracking on the 3 outermost here. This side's great because that failed first. This innermost is fine until it gets down to here. So at this point I've got the bolt here extending through the nut there, and it's actually hitting the wood there, so it's not going to go any further. So I'm going to stop here.